Welcome back to another edition of Thingamajigger Thursday. Today's episode, we're going to be going over these goofy looking things and then take a sneak peek at next week's tool. Let's get into it. All right, so these are some really unique pliers, and they're actually ignition crimping pliers for spark plug wire ends. I happen to have an older spark plug wire sitting right here and some ends, 7mm old school ends. So we'll give it a try here in a second, but the name is Rajah, R-A-J-A-H, Rajah Tool Company. They're made in the USA. This one is stamped 1952, and it was originally made by a man named Charles A. Raleigh of Bloomfield, New Jersey. He applied for the patent for these back in 1930, and then he was granted that patent in 1932. So let's take a quick look at how they work. We'll just grab some random spark plug end out of here, or terminal. I'll just go ahead and cut this. So the pliers themselves, they've got a set of cutters right here, and that's what we'll use to cut the end of this wire off. Now the inside of this and the end is where all the business is. So these are actually wire strippers here, and if you haven't seen the inside of a spark plug wire, I'll show you that here in a second. So you grab the end, strip it off, and then you take your crimp end here. I've never used one of these, so we're going to just try it on. It looks like it just goes in there and you crimp it down, and it should make a solid crimp on there. So let's give it a shot. Cut off the end. That worked very well. Now if you look in the end of the spark plug wire here, you've got the main wire inside there. The plastic shielding on the outside is really thick. You know, you got high voltage running through here. So then you take this here, and if you look inside of there, there's actually a little cup. That's the predetermined length that you're supposed to strip it. So you would set this in here right at the depth, cinch down, and hopefully we only catch the rubber stripping and leave the wire in the middle in place. Yep, look at that. That worked out perfect. And then what's left in there is the shielding. Get that out of there. So that works out really well. Then what you do is you take the wire itself, I'll put a little twist on it, you wrap that over the edge like that, and you stuff that inside the terminal. All right, so after fiddling with this for a few minutes, I realized that these are not the proper terminal ends for the Rajah crimping tool, or system, I guess, crimping tool system, I guess you could say. These ones are a little more modern, meant for a different type of crimper. The style that's supposed to work proper with these is a round terminal end completely. Like this one here, the flapped end gets crimped around, and you know, sometimes people put the actual flap, the crimp right here, into the actual wire. That wire sticking out right there, they'll crimp it into that. That way the little flap digs into it like that. Some people will put it this way. However, the ones that are supposed to go with this setup have a more rounded off end. So I'm going to see if I can't just round it off with just some pliers, see if we can't get it to work properly. That looks close enough for what we're doing here. See if we can get that on there. Of course, I crimped it a little too, or bent it a little too much. There we go. So that's kind of how it would look. Now we'll go ahead and get it in the crimper. I'm just going to put it in on this side. We've got it in there. I'm going to bring it up a little bit more, right about there. I'll give it a good tight crimp. Pop it out of there. And that's what she looks like. And yeah, that is not coming off. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, really cool, unique, old tool right here. Be hanging on to this. I probably won't ever use it, but it is definitely cool. Now, on to next week's tool. I actually don't know what this is. I tried doing a quick search on it, so I'm hoping maybe somebody else can help me out, and I'll keep looking over the next week to figure it out. I couldn't really see any stamps or markings on it, but I'll probably wire wheel this down and see. Definitely looks like it's been beat on a few times, and maybe I'll feel really stupid and know what it is. But yeah, if you know what it is, go ahead and throw something in the comments and we'll discuss it next week. And still no more giveaways yet. I'm still planning that one out. All right, well, that's it for this week. Hey, thanks for the comments last week on what the Rajah crimping pliers were. Appreciate everybody stopping by. If you like this kind of stuff, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Have a great and safe weekend. We'll see you next week.